If you consider visiting Kyushu, then don't miss out on the following places. Japan has quite a lot to offer, but through all the noise on the internet, it is actually difficult to see a reliable and not sponsored list of hidden gems, and therefore I wanted to create this series for you. As for me, I went to Japan 3 times, 2 months each, and as a full-time tourist. I was everywhere except Okinawa, the insides of Hokkaido and half of Shikoku. With that said, there should be things for everyone on this list, and therefore, let's go! I myself visited Kyushu for 12 days on my second trip and will share on this list the best places I saw and you shouldn't miss out on. I also have a big tip for the whole of Kyushu, so stay tuned. Now let's start with the basics. Fukuoka is the biggest city in Kyushu and a great hub for staying. I myself also had my base there, and especially the train station is very well connected. I really like Fukuoka, but wouldn't call it the most wow place in Kyushu. But even then, Fukuoka and the nearby region has a lot to offer. The Great Bronze Buddha is a real joy to see and very impressive in person. This place is a short train ride away from the Fukuoka main station and would be one of my top picks in Kyushu, so don't miss out. Another great thing in Fukuoka is its yatai culture and its friendly people. I really enjoyed strolling on the streets in the evening and hopping around yatais and chatting with the people. It is a great experience, good food, and the memories are for life. It is also a lost craft, which you solely can enjoy in Fukuoka. Fukuoka is also the birthplace of tonkotsu ramen, the flavorful and creamy pork broth ramen. I myself like this style the most and had a blast trying all the different ramen shops around. It also is the birthplace of Ichiran, and even though I think it is totally overhyped and you should never stay in a queue this long, in Fukuoka, the region, I found that the queues were really short and the perfect place to try this too on your trip. Fukuoka also has a lot to offer in the mall department and with concerts and sports. The Fukuoka Dome is a very nice hub to visit and also has a small Team Labs facility and a very wild experience around. I will say it here, but this tip can be applied for everywhere in Japan. Be on the lookout for seasonal events and festives. There are great events all around, like food markets, pop-up stores, pop-up concerts, or even huge fireworks. It is true that most of them are around the summer, but there are still a lot of them throughout the year. The next city you should visit is Beppu. While it's not very huge, it is the incorporation of the Japanese onsen culture. You should surely visit or even stay in one, but even if you don't like bathing or just want to see them in person, Beppu has a lot of sacred onsen ponds, which are a sight you have never seen. The fog is all over the city and you visit those hot springs around every corner. It's a quite magical and short train ride away from Fukuoka. Kagoshima is also a very magical place and in my opinion quite underrated. It is a quick Shinkansen ride away from Fukuoka and then you land on the southern part of the main island. In my opinion, these pictures speak for themselves. Kagoshima has a huge volcano and the sea as its scenery, and therefore it looks just great because of this. This place has a lot of US influence and you can really feel this, but still this place is especially great for a day trip and it has a few villas and temples in which you are basically alone. Kumamoto is also a very interesting city. It is the heart of Kyushu and also a short Shinkansen ride away from Fukuoka. while the newly built castle is great and the few temples. I felt like there wasn't happening much in this city, but this doesn't mean you shouldn't visit it. Kumamoto is quite famous because of its mascot, Kumamoto. This is a black bear you see all over Japan, and Kumamoto is the city it represents. But the most important thing, there are the One Piece statues all over the prefecture. And for all One Piece fans, this is a dream come true. There was a huge earthquake in Kumamoto, and because it also is the birthplace of Oda, the creator of One Piece, he donated a lot of money to help. Because of this act, there are a lot of golden One Piece characters in the form of a statue around the prefecture, and a few of them are in Kumamoto city. It can be quite a challenge to see them all, because they are really spread out, but here comes my big bonus tip. Kyushu has a great train system and most places are well connected, but the best experiences of Kyushu require a car to even visit them. We will come to these places now, but be prepared that you have a lot of trouble getting to the next ones, because they can be quite a hassle to reach. So what are these places I'm talking about? I'm really sure you have seen at least one of them, but if not, then better. Because these are a few of the most scenic places in all of Japan, and if you power through, you can see most of them in just 2 days. The first area I want to show you is the Aso area, but to get there I can follow up on the Kumamoto part, because there are a few One Piece statues on the way there and a worthwhile stop to pick them up. After that, you will pack one of the most scenic drives of your life. You will also pass a steep hill and get to the valley of Mount Aso, a very scenic place, and soon you are climbing the mountain in the middle, the spotlight of this region and also your destination. On the top you will find a huge flat area with an active volcano in the background. Your first stop will be this flat area, because this alone is a worthwhile stop and a very good place to capture great memories. After this, the road will lead up to the active Aso volcano, which you can visit and get to. It is a very impressive sight, but be prepared for the information of the personnel there, because the volcano erupts now and then. This area is very safe and has a lot of shelter, but it is still a very impressive sight, especially the backside, which looks like it is an area on the moon. After this beautiful sight, your journey will lead you to the forests of the other side of the mountain. There is a small, inconspicuous mountain village. The perfect place to shoot a fantasy movie, but you want to see the real beauty. The hidden gem are two things there. Firstly is this river in between huge rock structures on which you can walk and also pass through with a boat. This alone is a very beautiful sight, and later on you can visit a very monumental place. On the other side of this village lies another gem, the starting place of a famous pilgrimage which leads through the whole country. For this place you can walk a few minutes behind the shrine and a small route will lead you there. It is a spectacular sight, a torii in a cave and a very painting-like forest, as the scenery, the rock structures and the whole atmosphere make this place very beautiful and worthwhile. The second area is a round trip around the Yamaguchi prefecture and its most scenic places. This is just about doable in a day, if you stay in Fukuoka and power through, but I think it is quite worthwhile. This day trip consists of 4 places, which are quite individual. Firstly, we will be driving a lot on the coast and through valleys, and just passing through these places is magical, but after a while you arrive on the first place, and we found this place by accident. It's a magical temple. The perfect place to take a short break, and it is a quite individual place to see, especially with its watery scenery and the background and the Torii walk. This is already impressive, but the real beauty starts now. This is a bridge further down the road, which I think is the perfect subject for great looking photos. It is also empty most of the time and also a great place to rest before you keep on going to one of the most individual temples in all of Japan. This is one of the big ones, and you know it when you see it. This place combines a magical rice field mountain and this really beautiful Torii walk to the sea. With the waves splashing at the rocks and the magical atmosphere around, you really can feel the beauty. But beware, because the beauty of these places has spoken around, and especially this one can be quite packed. Lastly, your journey will lead through the mountains of the Yamaguchi prefecture, and you will land in one of the most beautiful sights I have ever seen. A quite small and unhinged road leads to an entrance to a cave. While the cave is really impressive too, the entrance steals the whole show. It looks just like a scene out of a movie, and the magic doesn't stop there. At the end of the cave is a lift which leads to the top of the mountain, and this is also one of the most impressive sights I've ever seen. It is a karst landscape without end and a great place to end the road trip. There are also a lot of other places you can visit with a car, such like the Kagoshima island. I can't really list them here because I wasn't there yet and can't give you an honest opinion. If you've ever been there or have other places you really recommend in Kyushu, then feel free to comment those in the comments, and for more such videos, a like and a subscribe would be great. Nagasaki is a huge one on the list and will surely be on your radar, but still it has a lot to offer which won't be on everyone's list. Especially the first one is a must for me and perfect if you want to visit Nagasaki with the Shinkansen, because you have to change trains in Tokyo, and there lies a very beautiful sight. A team lamps inside a ryokan hotel and a very beautiful garden too. A huge surprise and a worthwhile stop on your way there. It is a one-of-a-kind team lapse and very mystical, especially the lights, pillars. But the garden outside is also a kind of itself. But after you saw this gem, Nagasaki is a hub of culture and history. As for me, Nagasaki is my second or first pick on all cities of Japan. If you're visiting, I can really recommend the Chinatown and to have a look on how the international port had an influence on the Nagasaki food culture and its history. Especially strolling through the steep urban areas in Nagasaki is a blast and perfect for discovering beautiful places yourself. As for the history of Nagasaki, I must say that you have to visit the many museums or the monuments around the city. Its past is very emotional and important to grasp, and I would really recommend taking your time to let it all sink in. It is especially great compared to Hiroshima, because there are a lot less people around and you really can take your time. But one thing you should not miss out on is the view on the top of the mountain. It is really breathtaking and is considered as one of the top ones in all of Japan. And I can really confirm this. This is quite magical and especially at night a worthwhile visit. Now the last place I really can recommend is Kurume. This is also a place often overlooked, but the temple area there is one of the greatest. It is really huge, and if you have time to pass, then a visit is a great idea. So now that sums up my top recommendations in the Kyushu area. On this list are places for everyone, and I hope you can benefit for your travel and or are just nostalgic of your past travel. If you want to support the channel, then like and subscribe or visit the link in the description. Thank you for watching.